Yeah. Okay. You are just gonna tell me what you think. What is this? This one. What is capital?
Capital ke capital.
Well, under which group?
Um,
Well, under there's a group for capital. Well, like the groups. Can I give you those groups
income.
quickly, like summarized? 4 or 5 groups. No,
Yes,
that's not income.
please.
Okay, let me give you those groups quickly. Ne? Let me
All
run
right.
them down for you because I realize that my students like my handwriting. So let me do this. We've got assets. Ne? We've got
Yes.
liabilities, not in a particular order. Ne? I'm just randomly putting them. And then we've got owners' equities. And then we have got incomes and expenses. Ne?
Yes.
So these are the groups which I'm referring to. Ne? So when you broke down everything, like it's okay like that, but it's good. So out of this group, just tell me what do you think will be capital? Where does it fall?
Owner's equity.
That's equity. I'm just gonna write OE. And then what about the drawings?
Loaner owner's equity.
Okay, owner's equities. Okay, I'm satisfied there so far. This one, mortgage loan.
Uh, liabilities.
To be specific, which one? Which liability?
Current liability.
Long, non-current or current?
Non-current liability.
Non-current liability. Thank you so much. What about the short-term loan?
Current liability.
Okay, perfect. Debtors.
Asset.
To be
Current
specific.
asset.
Thank you so much. What about creditors?
Current liabilities.
Perfect. What about bank which is unfavorable?
Current liability.
Perfect. Land and building?
Non-current asset.
Perfect. What about the vehicles?
Non-current asset.
Perfect. What about the inventory?
Current asset.
What about the cash float?
Current asset.
Perfect. What about sales?
Income.
Income. What about rent income?
Income.
What about commission income?
Income.
Interest income?
Income.
My apologies for bringing this now. Okay. Cost of sales, expense. Oh, sorry. What is it?
Expense.
Okay. What about interest expense?
Expense.
Water and electricity?
Expense.
Rent expense?
Expense.
Salaries and wages?
Expense loan.
Okay. Sorry, I was just using this question to gauge your knowledge. I'm very satisfied. Please don't feel demoted. Don't feel sad and say Sylvester is demoting my standard. No, it's not like that. I just wanted to see.
All right.
But some students still make a mistake.
Yes.
Yes, because especially with this one, when I say rent income, ne, they think it cannot be just like this, ne? Obvious. It cannot be obvious like this. They try to complicate things.
Mm.
So I'm happy. This was a previous paper. As you can see here, they can ask you this. Maybe you've seen this kind of a question before.
Yes, I have.
Yes, can you see if you don't know that on top? You cannot answer. Now you are ready to answer. You just have to copy and paste. Can you see now?
Yes.
So I don't think that we have to go through this question. Do you think we have to go through it, or are you okay? Will you be able to answer this if they said
No,
this paper?
yeah, I'm
This kind
fine.
of
I will be
a
able
question?
to answer this.
Perfect. No, I'm satisfied with the classification of accounts, but yeah, so sometimes you have to go back to the basics. Okay.
Yes.
Any questions so far?
No, nothing yet.
Okay, let's try this one again. This one looks simple, as you can see here. You can take a screenshot. I don't know if you took it, but it's okay. They're asking you to calculate what?
Owner's equity.
Owner's equity. But there are two ways. Can you see here? They said you must use this. They said you must use capital drawings and what?
Yes, capital drawings and profit or
Are we together?
loss for the year. Yes.
Yes. Why do they do that? Is because if they cannot do that, given this information, there are different ways of finding equity. So the other way of finding equity, do you want to try before I tell you? Do you know that other way of finding equity if they don't ask you for this one? Or can I just show you to relieve some pressure?
Let me try. From what I remember, it's
Try.
Isn't it assets minus liabilities plus capital?
Minus liabilities?
Plus capital
Equals?
minus drawings. Owner's equity.
No, you can't. Remember, here is you are giving me, you cannot mix them. So whatever you are telling, you cannot mix them. It's either you use this, where you use capital and drawings and everything, or you either use this one. Can you see now?
Okay, I will use, yes.
Remember account equation? Remember account equation, A equals O or OE plus L. Do you still remember this?
Yes.
So obviously, if A is equals to owner's equity, let me do this. If A is equals to owner's equity plus liability, it means you can rearrange. I think you know, especially you did IQTT, you know how to make something subject of the formula.
Yes.
Do you agree with me if I say these things are the same equations?
Yes, it's the same equation.
So when they're asking you this type of a question, just know that it can either be this method or this method here. So in the exam, let's say they did not specify which method. If you use any of your method that you like, we are gonna give you a mark for that. That's why here they have to tell us that we must use this way, so that we cannot use this method. I don't know if it makes sense or not.
This makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay, for this question, they want us to do this one, as you can see. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. In a nutshell, this you always take capital just to so that in future if they give it to you. Who's your lecturer, by the way?
Mr. Madiba.
Okay. I know him. And then if they ask you, and then if there's any, I'm just giving you this in detail so that if you see this, remember you're not only learning accounting for now. No, these accounting filters to, it goes to second year, third year, and one day you're going to become a lecturer. Who knows?
Yeah, not for accounting.
No, we'll never know. In life, ne? I never thought that I would become a lecturer. I never thought. But here I am. I'm enjoying it. And I wanted to be a doctor. Medical doctor.
Yo.
Just imagine now where am I? Like, I used to be good in those subjects, but but I just said, okay. I didn't even know when I was choosing accounting. I wanted to do accounting, but I didn't even know what was accounting. In those days, I didn't even know what was going on. But you never know. So I'm just giving you a detailed,
Okay.
So this is the detailed formula. So in other words, they want you to use this depending on what you have. Does that make sense?
All right. Yes.
Now, this part where I said capital closing, can you see this part?
Yes.
This is the same as whatever they're asking you on top here. Can you see here they're asking you for the total equity here? That's the answer that we're looking for. As you know, capital in a nutshell is owner's equity. Can you see now?
Yes.
So if they're saying they are looking for the total owner's equity, they're referring to the capital at the end of the period. That's why I call it closing. Can you see now?
Yes.
Now, so we can just go and check whatever we have. So if you look at this information, do we have any capital? Do you see any capital here? Obviously, how much?
450,000.
450,000. So I'm just going to put it here. We're going to say 450,000. That will be the one at the beginning. And then, do we have any additional capital contribution? They must tell you that they have more capital. Did they say anything? Nothing.
No, nothing.
We don't have, no?
Yes.
And then, profit or loss. Did they give us any profit or loss here?
They didn't.
They want you to find the profit and loss. Remember, how can you find profit or loss? You take what? Total income
minus your minus total expenses.
Can you see this? And you will get the profit or loss. So what you were supposed to do here for
Hello?
you'll add all the incomes, you'll less all the Hello.
Hello, sir, can you hear me? No Katile.
Yeah, I think working an air by but it's okay. Did you understand what I just said here?
Ofediteko income and minus expenses.
Yes, go income minus expenses. So because of time, I don't know, can we estimate the figure or do you want to quickly calculate the income, profit or loss for us? But we can quickly do that. Do you have a calculator with you?
Yes, I do. Imapulakam.
Please add all the incomes for me.
Um, so all the incomes are 207,500.
500. Add all
And then
expenses.
all expenses are 126,900.
Yes. And then how much is the difference?
The difference is 80,600.
80.
Yes, 80,600.
Like this.
Yes.
Yes, that is the profit that we are looking at. This is the profit. So can you see if you answered this already? Can you see? Because here they did ask you this. If we answered this, we're supposed to copy the amounts here. Can you see now?
Yes.
Yeah, it was supposed to be easy. So in other words, we answered total income, we answered expenses. So this is the profit that must come here. Are you okay so far?
Yes, I am.
Yes. And thereafter, less drawings. We have to go up there and check how much is the drawings. Do we have any drawings?
Yes, it's 10,000.
How much? 10,000. So we just
10,000.
have to go there and say 10,000 here. But for the sake of control, we'll just say in brackets, because sometimes if you don't put it in brackets, you forget by the time when you calculate. And now we can find our total equity.
So it's 450,000. I got 520,600.
Yes. So this is the answer that they've been looking for. By what?
Yes.
It looks easy, but it's not that easy. So you must know where to find information. So that's why I say if you know this formula, obviously you will know what to go and find. So, but we don't have additional contribution. If we had it, we're supposed to add it.
Okay.
So I can call this a warm-up exercise. I think I'm satisfied with your basics, unless if you've got any specific question on this question that we just started.
No, I don't.
Okay. Account equation, most students, they like account equation. Yeah, but most students, they don't like it.
I get
And
it,
don't worry,
but I don't at the same time.
I like the honesty. Can you see what I'm going to do here? This question, if we analyze it,
Yes.
this question